All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to talk about a few things I would do slightly different than the Khan Academy video. So if you haven't seen the Khan Academy video, you need to watch that first, then come back and watch this. Okay. The first thing is I like how he created his bins just like in the previous video. I would include a tally mark. Okay, create your tallies, and then put the total number there. So that mine's slightly different than his. Okay. The other thing is for each one of his bins over here, he was putting like 0 to 9, 10 to 19. I would not do that. Okay, here's the really, in my opinion, the proper way to do that. Is this graph, remember when I said the dot plot was discrete? This graph is continuous, which means that there should be no spaces between your histogram bars, okay? So when I have 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 here, what I'm doing here is anything from 0 all the way up until they hit 10 is gonna be in this bin. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is in this bin. As soon as it hits 10, then it kicks over into this bin, okay? As soon as it hits 20, then it kicks over into this bin, and I'm not exactly sure, it doesn't really matter. But so as soon as it's 20, then you start tallying, because notice over here, we have from 20 to 29, right? And that, I don't know how many you had, it doesn't matter, 1, whatever, 2, whatever, I don't know what it was, doesn't matter. But now, so that tells me that from 20 to 29, that's bin 2, or that's the third bin, and it was number 2, okay? So now as soon as it hits 30, it's counted in that bin, all right? So I would still like labeling 0 to 9 here, 10 to 19 here, 20 to 29 here, but don't label it that way. Over here you're put the lowest number as the beginning of the next bin. Think of that as the beginning of the next bin, beginning of the next bin, okay? So again, this time I'm gonna give you the weights of the Dodgers that are on the 40-man roster, and I want you to create some bins. However you decide to create those bins is fine. There is one other thing I need to mention. Each bin must be an equal amount. So notice when I went from 0 to 10, there was a spread of 10 there, right? And from 10 to 20, the spread of 10. Each bin that you create has to be an equal amount. So I don't care if you want to do it in 15-pound segments, 20-pound segments. The idea is that you shouldn't ever have less than 5 bins, and you should never have more than 8 bins. So break it into how it's going to fit for you, and create anywhere between 5 and 8 total bins with the data that I'm just about ready to give you. Okay. All right. So this is again the LA Dodgers 40-man roster, and guess what? This time we came up with 40 weights. So who knows what happened on the last one? But and it's their weights. Okay, there's 40 data points here, and so it's really important that you build a frequency table first. Once you have your frequency table, it'll be really easy to tally and put them in bins. Remember what the video said about bins. So I want you to create a frequency table, a histogram. Do all the pieces of the histogram that I told you, like there's no spacing, it's continuous. Make sure you're labeling properly the bottom and the edge. Go back and look at those things if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, frequency table, histogram, and then all I want you to do is just make one observation on the data. I actually haven't graphed this one myself, so I don't know exactly what the data is going to look like, but don't make that real hard, but there should be some sort of trend that you can see. All right, get this done, take a picture and send it to me. As I was watching that last video, I realized there was probably something I need to do just a little bit better job of teaching you how to do, okay? So, just to prove that I'm making these numbers completely up, I'm gonna quiz my filmer, who's my daughter Tawny, and I'm gonna just make this story up. Okay, so Tawny, we're walking onto a car lot, okay?
Okay.
And it's a used car lot, okay? So what is the cheapest car on this used car lot?
$989.
All right, so it's really a piece of junk car. $989, okay? What's the most expensive car on this used car lot?
$3,870.
All right, so we're obviously on a car lot that's full of a bunch of really crappy cars, okay, which is okay. Now, let's say that I wanted to put them into categories. I wanted to put them into 8 bins. Well, how would I do that? Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a number that's slightly lower than 989. Well, I'll come back to it. Yeah, let's see what we got there. So let's go. I'm just going to say that I'm going to go down to 950. Choose a number slightly lower than 989. I'm going to go higher, so I'll take this up to 3,900 here. Okay. So if we go 3,900 minus 950, right? 3,900 minus 950. That's going to be 2,950, right?
Wouldn't that just be 3,050?
2,950. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And so now what I've done is I've taken my maximum, a little bit higher than my maximum, a little bit lower than my minimum, okay? Subtracted those. And now if I'm going to put it into 8 bins, I'm just going to divide that by 8. So I busted out my handy dandy calculator. I went 2,950 divided by 8, and I got $368.75. Well, obviously, that's not really gonna, I don't want to break it down that much, okay? And I don't even really want to break it down to 370 or whatever. So I'm gonna go values of, I'm gonna go a spread of 400 for each one, okay? So now I'm gonna go back and create my bins. And I know that 950 is gonna be my smallest, all right? So here we'll go price of car. Okay, then I'm going to do frequency, or tally, tally. And then I'm going to do frequency. That's my dumb dog that sneezed. Alright, so if I went, so we started out, we said 950 was going to be our low, okay, and we're going by 400. So that means the next bin is going to be 1350. Okay, then I'm going to go up 400. So my next bin is going to be 1750. Up 400. My next bin is going to be 2150. Go up by 400. 2550. Should have created a little bit more space. 2950. And 3350. Okay, and I need to do one more. Yikes! You can see what I'm doing. I did this really badly. Okay. But so then obviously then this is going to have to be up to 1349. You see what I did there? One number less than this guy. So now this guy is 1749. This guy is going to be 2149. All right. So do you see how I built that? Smallest or largest minus smallest. 368 was my difference. That's just like a weird number. I'm just going to make it an even number, so I made it 400. Okay, so the spread from here to here is 400. 400 all the way up. All right. Now I'll go back. Now that I've created my bins, now I'll go back and, it depends on what the numbers, whatever the car value was. I do my tallies, my frequency, then I build my table from there. Okay, hopefully that makes some sense to you. But it also kind of depends on the data whether or not you want 5, 6, 7, or 8 bins. That's something you kind of have to predetermine. Remember, no less than 5 bins. It has to be a minimum of 5, but you also don't want more than 8 bins. Okay. Call me peeps if you have any questions on any of this stuff. It's going to slowly get harder and harder. If these videos aren't making any sense, I need feedback. Call me if you have questions, or call me if you have feedback that I need. I don't even care if it's negative feedback. It's hard to know what's happening on the other end. So here we go, 406-651-9072. If things are flowing well, that's great. But if you need something from me, let me know. Peace.